Hey, it's Dorleen. Welcome to my channel and welcome to my creative life. I'm making a one-page layout. Well, I should say 1 page and a half. So I have lots of pictures. My daughter and I went to a lavender pick and paint day at our local school district. And so I grabbed some paper from Flora, and this is from Cartabella, so you know it's really good, thick paper. They had this one piece that had a lot of lavender in it, so I thought it worked perfectly. I don't use a lot of florals, which is weird to me because I have a house full of girls now. But I was really happy that I found this one, so I didn't have to go out and buy some more. But I decided to do 12 by 12 plus a 6 by 12 because I have a lot of pictures and I didn't want to chop a whole lot, and I thought 4 on the one side and 2 on the other was perfect. And I also like to put in these odd size pages or even like pocket pages or pocket sleeves in my album, because I think it just adds more interest while people are flipping through them or as I'm flipping through them later. But anyhow, so I'm over here on the right side, the 12 by 12, or excuse me, the left side, the 12 by 12 side. I have 4 pictures. I'm just going to put them directly on top of this floral paper. I'm going to add 2 boxes where the one that I'm pointing at there, lower right, and then one at that middle section here. So I'll stick and do that, and I'm going to put a title up on the top. And at this point, I'm not 100% sure what I'm doing, but I am definitely going to go to my Cricut and Cricut Design Space and see what kind of lavender goodies I can find. So once I cut the paper, and I cut it down to 9 inches, and that just gives me 3 inches on the top for the title, which is plenty. And then the 3 inches that are left, I actually cut it down to another 9-inch piece, which I'm going to add to that 6 by 12 piece, which you saw me tuck in the sleeve for now. And I only did that right there because I didn't want to look for them later, because you know how it is, folks. You put it down and then you're like, where did I put these things? Now, the only thing is I am at a crop, so I only had one piece of that light lavender color cardstock that I'm using here. So you'll notice on the 6 by 12 piece, it's a little bit darker purple, but I'm okay with that because you know what? I'm using my paper and I wanted to finish it while I was here at the crop. So I just I measured the spaces in between, and I did a purple matte with the white in the middle, and then I used my Cricut to find a lavender piece, which is here, and I also created the title, which I'm going to put on the top. And I realized as I was going through this that I didn't even show the part where I actually put the title on, but you'll see it at the end with all the pictures. It's pretty simple. I used the Annie Lou script font, which is one of my favorites. It's a script, but it's not like overly scripty, if that makes any sense, because who knows if my great grandkids or my grandkids, et cetera, are even going to be able to read cursive, when the time comes. But I went to the sticker sheet and I grabbed a couple of stickers that I thought worked well with this as far as color wise. And if you notice on the sticker sheet, there was more of like reds and golds and yellows and just really more like warm colors, which was really odd because if you look at this paper, there really isn't a lot stickers that go with it. So I don't know if this was a oops, and maybe that's why it was so cheap, because the paper that I'm using isn't even on, or I should say that there is that same floral looking paper on the the cover sheet that you always get when you buy a scrapbook kit, but it's not in those colors. So I thought that was odd, but you know what? I don't care. I got it for a deal and it worked out perfectly for me. So I'm doing pretty much the same thing on this side. I added that. Now this is 9 by 3 inch piece of pattern paper, and I just put it on that, left hand bottom corner first, and then made sure it was all even before I pressed it all down. I'm still using that same lavender die, or not die, but cut out from Cricut for embellishments on this page. And I'm using the same purple and white to do a matte and a journaling area. So that way I can journal on both the 6 by 12 page and also the 12 by 12 page. And so I'm just cutting them down so it fits. They're each a 1/4 inch smaller than the other. So the white is a 1/4 inch smaller than the purples. So anyways, just going to go ahead and adhere all those down. I swear I love this super speed because it really looks like you are scrapbooking quick. And this video is only just a little under 7 minutes, but it probably took me at least 3 times, if not more, to do this layout, even though it was pretty simple. But adding all the pieces, just using some glue and also some my ATG. And I do go back to that sticker sheet because there are a couple of words that I use from the sticker sheet that I add here. And this is what's funny to me as I'm looking at this. So you see how I have it just slightly overlapping the picture on top. And I'm like, hey, that's good. It looks cute. And then for some reason I'm like, I don't like that. Let me move that just, like a centimeter over. And for some reason, that just makes all the difference. And I'm sure, folks, you are just like me. We're doing the exact same thing when we put down our photos or our embellishments or our titles, everything. It just has to be in the right spot. And it's so interesting how you just know when it is the actual right spot. I'm using a black pen just to draw some lines before I start journaling. And then here I am journaling on this side. And folks, you're going to see a complete page or complete page and a half in just a minute. I do, again, love these odd size scrapbook pages because I think they really do add some fun to a scrapbook page, and I hope you agree. But if you like this video, make sure you give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you're not already a subscriber. I do post 2 videos a week. One is always scrapbooking, and the other is whatever it is I'm creating in the command center. And you can tell in this case, this is a scrapbook, but you see how pretty those lavender pictures are that my daughter and I did. So fun. And plus they had a flower picking. Oh, we were all about it. Anyhow, thanks again for watching. I really do appreciate it. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and hopefully you'll be back next week. Bye.